Hello, everyone, and welcome to Talking Geeks. Today is our seventh episode, and I'm very glad today to talk about Unity and specifically its impact on the world of arts in general. So, we're not just talking about gaming or cinema or the metaverse, but we're going to talk about the arts in general because Unity it's been one of the most important graphics engine today, but I'm not an expert, so I will leave the word to Davide Riccitiello, which is Unity developer and XR, VR, AR software developer. So I'm gonna welcome him now. Let's see if he can hear us. Hello, Dav.
Hi. Hello, Davide. How are you?
Fine, fine. Today we got to Davide, so guys, don't make any confusions. I'm sorry for that, but it is what it is. So, Davide, you are a Unity developer. So
Yes.
let's talk about how did you end up studying Unity and what's your work around using Unity on a daily basis. So the floor is yours.
Yes. The funny thing is that I wasn't a developer when back in 2016. So my background especially is it was in cinematography. So I came out from a cinematography school in Rome called Rossellini. Somebody knows about it maybe. And after in 2017, I decided to go to Australia and study there. And then I had a course, a subject in Unity. And after that, I fell in love with that software. And I decided from that moment to do that as my passion and as my career for professionally talking. So
Awesome. So after you've been studying Unity, uh, how did you end up to become actually a developer?
yes. So after I did a university back in Australia, and after I did like my 3 years of university, I found a job for several companies in Australia, like Unity or Emerson and others. And when the pandemic came, I had to go back to Italy, and then yes, and I found a job for my current company, which is MajorBit Innovation. So, and my role for them is the XR software development. And yeah, so what we do there is to create metaverses, and also we work using the tools like VR, AR, and MR in order to build those metaverses and apps that the clients ask to do. So MeasureBit Innovation is a company that was born like actually last year, and is a branch from the MeasureBit Group. And MeasureBit Group has been working for almost 30 years now. And yes, we do work for several different aspects. So our branch is mainly for creating media content, metaverses, and everything that is regarding the entertainment sector. And also other sections like web development and cloud development, and everything is regarding the tech industry and what the clients demands in Italy and also abroad. So yeah, what actually you're seeing here that David is showing you, it's a recent work that I've done for MajorBit Innovation. And you actually can see that I built a virtual reality. We had a first of physical events that was connected to a virtual reality event. And I think David was present at that day. So yeah, so
Yeah, I was
mainly
there.
yeah, so mainly the operas that Alessandro Risuleo made were actually NFTs, and those NFTs were connected to to our virtual reality application, and also to another performance that was actually dancing in that place. And yes, it was all connected using the tools that are built with Unity, and to create those sort of metaphysical metaverse, connected to an artistical point of view of what we do. So because our company, thanks to our two art directors, which is Alessandro Risuleo and Claudio Piccolotto, we build metaverses going towards the creative side of it. So we are more on the artistical mindset. We have very much an artistical mindset, and also technical. But yes, I'm very proud of saying that our art directors are very creative on this side. So
That's fascinating. I want to just do a little step back because you mentioned you be in university in Australia, but
yes.
my question is, after your you got your university degree, how did you feel on regards about the knowledge of the tools you've been learning during uni? So in this specific case, did you feel like you needed to keep studying and learn more about Unity, or your path was a comprehensive path? You felt like, okay, now I'm done. I'm ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, after I studied at my university, once I went into diving into Unity, it did really help me, the university, because it was the professor actually gave me the tools to start what I actually needed to do. So because basically the main job of software developer is to use tools that allow you to get autonomous after a certain point. But firstly, you need the foundation of doing your job, and the university and the college is the only place where you actually can learn well and deeper what you actually want to do for your professional career. So after the university, I was actually considering to do a master, but straight after my bachelor degree, I just found a job straight away. And for my internship, I worked for N Squared Solution back to Sydney. And yeah, after that, it went all automatically. And who works for as a Unity developer in this industry is kind of easy, if you're good at it, to find a job and choose wherever you want to do with it. So and the thing I wanted to mention about Unity was so regarding Unity, to learn how to program, it can be scary if you didn't come from a cinematographer, from an IT background. So doing it as a cinematographer using Unity is easier, because with Unity you have that feeling of visualization, which is my strongest focus. So I learned through visualizing stuff. So that's why when you do the code in Unity, that you can test straight away in Unity what happens in the game view. So, and that actually gave me a straight away familiar and very intuitive understanding of what I was doing and what that code was actually doing to the software, to the tool. So and I believe that's the reason why I became so addicted to it, because I didn't feel, oh, it's gonna be. It was a mountain for me to overcome, but after a certain point, it felt like I want to keep doing this. But I didn't feel. I don't know why I wanted to do it, but I had to do it. And that's why it matched with my mindset, actually, the software, how the software was made. For example, if you just learn JavaScript and you don't combine it with an artistic tool, then it's gonna be way more harder to climb those steps. But with that software, it's very easier, because even though the Unity company right now has been acquired many other companies, and by that I mean also Weta Digital. Weta Digital is the company of Peter Jackson, who made Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings, and all other companies. Once they join, they make the plugin for Unity, and when they make the plugin, it gets way easier to build stuff. And now Unity has been categorized this year as one of the no, it's the first most innovative company for VR and AR, and it's gonna always go up and up. And for example, Spatial is one of the company that makes metaverses, and the tools, it's only built for web browser, but the SDK is only made for Unity at the moment. So it always comes to the point where Unity comes first, and that's why I chose also one of the. I'm proud of it because wherever wherever the path goes, is always an SDK ready to build for Unity. So, and that's also why it's a lucky situation for me, because I can actually do the job not just for the gaming industry, but also for all the other clients they ask me to do. What, for example, client industry jobs. Yes, that's the word I was looking. So in industry jobs, the clients they ask you, can you do this? Yes, of course, because the Unity has become very widely well connected that you can do basically anything you want.
That's amazing. So for those who don't know Geeks Academy, we do actually plenty of courses regarding 4 areas, which are AI and big data, blockchain and coding, cybersecurity and cloud, and metaverse and gaming. The most important thing, in my opinion, is because we receive feedbacks from young students asking, details about our metaverse and gaming courses. But still, today, in my opinion, there's not enough information, as you just mentioned, about the impact of Unity in cinema, for example. Because, of course, our school is called Metaverse and Gaming School, but no one knows that. You mentioned Peter Jackson, for example. No one knows movies like The Batman, for example, the last one with Robert Pattinson, or the TV series The Mandalorian, are actually being produced using Unity. So it's not just about gaming. And most of the times, people are asking, am I going to find a job? Of course you're going to find a job. There's plenty of industries using this kind of technologies. Is that right? Correct?
Yeah, it's totally right. So you can make totally a movie rendered totally with Unity, and you have the capability to make your own virtual production as well, but just by yourself. And by that I mean just creating your own avatar. And by avatar, it can be anything you want using the 3D software tools and then importing into Unity. You can make it talk, you can make it walk, you can make it take your movement. And now with AI, artificial intelligence tools, it has become so easily to make an animation or to even track your own body through just a video. Back then, I was a representative of Rococo, which is a motion capture company based in Copenhagen, and I was selling those motion capture suits. But now you don't need it anymore, because AI is getting advanced in that. And using Unity, it actually helps you to make this even better. So rendered at high fidelity quality, you can make anything you want in anything shapes you need. So there are tools like Cinemachine, which is a plugin built inside Unity, which back in 2017 was another software company, but then was acquired and then became a fundamental tool to create movies. And actually, I'm making one for an uncle. He asked me to do it, and I'm actually making a sequence of short animations. And it's very easily to use because it's very similar to Premiere. It has that Premiere intuition and familiarity where you can actually drag a timeline and clip and then blend them together, and then you get what you actually need to create. But yes, so definitely creating movies with Unity is one of the most best software you can use to render as well. So
Awesome. So we got just a few minutes left. So I want to ask you possibly the most important question. So in those times of uncertainty, especially after we've been living that COVID situation that fortunately now seems gone, most of the people that were actually working in different industries managed to change their career, for example. They found new working paths in the IT industry, but there's still a lot of people which are still young students, so in need of proper training, just learn a new job from scratch. But also there are still people which are looking for perhaps how can I say, like follow their passion, because they've been actually perhaps gamers all their life and they would like to do in the industry, for example, or they are passionate about cinema, but they never, made actually the step towards a new job career. So in your opinion, what can we say to all those people which are, afraid to just make the leap,
To make the leap, first you need to do the leap. I mean, you need to jump first. In order, you have to try it. If you don't try it, you don't know for certain that if that's your path or not. Secondly, one of the secret and tips that I can give people is learn how to search on Google, because now AI is getting very popular, but knowing what to search and using the right keywords is very important as a software developer and for doing my job, because there are certain person that will come to my company in the future, like juniors, and they will ask me, how can I do this? And the funny things, I'm gonna mention a friend of mine that actually taught me this back in Australia. His name was Baha. And he actually, I was doing that. I was asking him, how can I do this? How can I do that? And he was the senior. And he said, just look it on Google. And after that, I said, okay, but I tried to go on Google and I didn't like what I was looking at. The results were what results were coming up. And but after a while, start going through this wall of knowing how to search things on Google, it became so I hit my head so hard on this Google that then it became my master tool to do stuff. And like, for example, Stack Overflow, Unity Answers, Unity Forums, blueprints, and visual scripting. And I searched anything there was, anything, Vuforia blogs in order to find bugs and whatever. And also, in this time of history, the world is changing so much and so faster that it could be also ChatGPT, one of the tools that will help you to do your job, because I'm not afraid to say it, I'm actually using it for and sometimes it gives me the wrong answer, sometimes it gives me the right answer, but it takes many steps of iteration to get what I actually need for my job. So sometimes I ask simple things. Sometimes I ask complex things, but it depends on the situation. So it's the tips I can give.
So get as much as you can information online before, of course, you make a decision. And then after that, if you are seriously, you feel like seriously involved in that kind of industry, and you think you can work in that kind of industry, then you can find courses like the ones we provide here at Geeks Academy.
Yes.
And
Sorry. Let me
go
interrupt
on.
you again. So don't forget to do, of course, courses like Geeks Academy, because in order to know those keywords, you need to study first. Otherwise, you don't know what to search. That's what I wanted to say, because knowing the keywords is the first steps to know how to do the job. So, and also the mindset and the foundation is very important. So yes, study first, and then you can decide if that you have the right tools to go on by yourself. You finished.
Awesome. So, thanks to everyone who's been watching our 7th episode live. Thanks to everyone who's going to actually watch the video later on. Thank you, Davide, for being here. It's been a pleasure.
No problem. Thank you too.
And I will see you guys in the next few weeks. Thanks, everyone. And as we say in Geeks Academy, stay geek. Bye.
See you. Bye.